5 million gallons of water. That is how much water a large data center in the U.S. uses on average on a daily basis, according to the Nonpartisan Environmental and Energy Study Institute. It is an alarming number that is calling everyone's attention. To better understand these numbers, we will speak about what is a data center, its benefits, and environmental impacts in our communities. What is a data center? It is a centralized physical facility or building that houses specialized computers, data storage systems, and networking equipment to store, process, and distribute digital information. Essentially, it is the physical engine room behind the internet, powering everything from cloud computing and social media to mobile apps and artificial intelligence, AI. Data centers, core components. Inside a data center, the technology is organized into three primary layers. 1. Computing resources, the brain. These are hundreds or thousands of specialized computers called servers that run applications and process calculations. 2. Storage infrastructure, massive hard drives and solid-state arrays that hold data securely. 3. Network equipment, routers, switches, and fiber optic cables that instantly transmit data and connect us across the globe. Data centers, critical support infrastructure. Because these facilities run continuously around the clock, they require substantial industrial infrastructure to prevent downtime. These are 1. Power systems, the lifeblood. Power systems include multiple power grids, massive diesel backup generators, and battery rooms to ensure uninterrupted and zero downtime operations. 2. Cooling systems, the lungs. These are industrial liquid cooling and HVAC units that continuously pull heat away from the servers to prevent overheating. 3. Physical security, the armor. It is what keeps the entire ecosystem safe. These are heavy-duty biometric scanners, security checkpoints, and constant video surveillance protect the physical hardware and large facilities for unauthorized access. Types of data centers. Data centers are concentrated into three different types. 1. Enterprise, on-premises data centers. These are custom-built facilities owned and operated by a single company for their exclusive internal use. 2. Colocation. Colo. These are large commercial facilities where different companies rent physical space, power, and cooling to set up their own hardware. 3. Cloud/hyperscale. These are massive campuses owned by tech giants like Amazon Web Services, AWS, Google, and Microsoft that deliver virtual computing power to millions of users simultaneously. Data center. Benefits to humanity. Seeing data centers only as giant, power-hungry warehouses is to miss the entire point of their existence. These structures are the literal architecture of human progress. They are the engines driving the global future phenomenon. Today's breakthroughs in medicine, climate modeling, and space exploration are happening in part with the help of data centers. Data centers provide the hyperscale computing power needed to train artificial intelligence. They analyze millions of chemical compounds in seconds to find cancer cures and run complex simulations to predict catastrophic weather events. Without them, the march of scientific discovery would be significantly slow. They have also democratized the global economy. Because of the cloud, data centers, a startup organization in someone's garage has access to the exact same enterprise-grade computing power as a Fortune 500 company. They secure our lives, acting as digital fortresses that shield global banking systems, health records, and private communication behind layers of military-grade cryptography and biometric armor. Perhaps their most surprising legacy is how they are forcing a green revolution. Big tech companies are now the largest corporate buyers of clean energy on Earth. By demanding gigawatts of power, Data centers are single-handedly funding the construction of massive solar grids, wind farms, and next-generation modular nuclear reactors. They aren't just consuming the world's energy grid, they are financing its future. Data center, environmental and negative impact to humanity. Although data centers provide a significant amount of benefits, they come with a brutal physical cost. The cloud is not weightless. It is sitting heavily on Earth, consuming our most precious resources at an alarming rate. The first crisis is power. A single modern hyperscale data center can consume as much electricity as hundreds of thousands of homes. As the race for artificial intelligence accelerates, these facilities are straining aging power grids to their absolute breaking point. In tech hubs around the world, fossil fuel power plants scheduled for retirement are being kept online just to feed the endless hunger of AI server racks. The digital future is actively keeping the coal and gas industries alive. Then, there is the water. To keep these silicon brains from melting, traditional data centers rely on evaporative cooling systems, swallowing millions of gallons of fresh water every single day. They often compete directly with local farms and residents for water access, draining local aquifers in low rainfall, water shortages, and dry soil regions. For local communities, the impact is immediate and intrusive. Residents are forced to live with the constant, low-frequency roar of industrial chillers, disrupting sleep and dropping property values. And unlike a traditional manufacturing plant, these multi-billion-dollar complexes are digital ghost towns. Once built, they require almost no permanent human workforce. They consume local land, drain local utilities, and offer very few local jobs in return. We are trading our physical environment for virtual convenience. Data centers. The price of the future. Data centers reveal a fundamental truth about the modern world. Digital advancement and discovery cannot exist without a heavy physical footprint. Every email sent, every video streamed, and every line of AI code generated is a transaction made with the resources of our planet. Data centers are a monument to human genius, the proud pillars of our future. But they are also a stark warning of our endless consumption. The cloud doesn't float in the sky, it rests heavily on the earth. And as we build this virtual tomorrow, we have to ask ourselves, are we willing to pay the real-world price to live in it?
Funnily enough, your data isn't actually in the cloud. It's in a place like this. This is Microsoft's data center in Dublin, and it is one of the largest in Europe. If you've never been in a data center before, you probably didn't expect it to be this loud.
It gets louder. Some nights you can smell the fume from the turbines, and it's really, really noisy at night. You just have to endure this.
When South Memphis, Tennessee resident Loretta Thornton first heard about xAI's data centers coming to town, construction was already underway. Now she lives next door to one of the world's largest AI data centers.
You just can't get no peace anymore, and that's all I'm doing is enduring it. And I know I cannot sell my property. Who would want to buy living beside this thing?
Elon Musk's xAI, now known as SpaceX AI following a merger with SpaceX, has made the Memphis area the center of its AI ambitions. It built Colossus 1 just south of Memphis, Tennessee, which was training AI just 123 days after the groundbreaking. And now construction is underway on 2 other data centers in South Memphis, originally named Macro-Hart and Macro-Harder, now known as Colossus 2. xAI is also building out energy infrastructure to feed its power-hungry supercomputers. It purchased a decommissioned power plant in South Haven, Mississippi, and is now operating dozens of methane gas-burning turbines for its main energy source. I'm standing outside xAI's power plant in South Haven, Mississippi. There's quite a few turbines that we can see are actively running, and you can see the heat coming off of them. It is quite loud. It reminds me of being at an airport. After breakneck speed in construction, xAI is now facing multiple lawsuits accusing the company of using loud, pollution-emitting turbines, some without a permit.
These folks are complicit and environmentally unjust projects.
So the power plant that they have built without any air permits to power Colossus 2 is unprecedented. I have never seen anything like it. They have been shipping in gas turbines like you would find in a normal power plant. They now have more than 50 of them, almost 60. The vast majority of them are not operating the same kinds of air pollution control technology that you would have at your typical power plant.
The noise is very annoying, it's inescapable. To me, it's just like a form of torture. The noise is always there.
People concerned with everything from AI safety to pollution to electricity and water costs are revolting against AI data centers around the U.S. Musk's push in Memphis has become a cautionary tale.
Folks all across the country are learning from what Memphians have continued to do, with raising their voices, with organizing, with protesting, and now the entire country is catching on.
CNBC traveled to Memphis and South Haven to learn why data centers are still such a flashpoint and what hyperscalers can do to win public support as they race to build AI infrastructure nationwide.